Hello students, today we will be starting a new unit, that is Unit 6, a different type of story. In this unit we will read some narrative poems. Narrative poems can tell many kinds of story: old, new, mysterious, historical, funny, or just a slice of life. The form changes to be a poem, allowing the writer more license with language. The writing does not always follow strict grammar and punctuation rules, which makes it more fun. However, the principles of a story remain. The contents that we will be looking into are The Way Through the Woods, Develop Your Poetic Language, Something Lost, Read with Understanding, Not Lost but Found, Use a Frame to Write a Poem. Now, let us look at our first topic, The Way Through the Woods. The Way Through the Woods by Rudyard Kipling describes the changes that have come over one particular plot of forest. In the first stanza, the poet simply and delicately describes the abandoned road in the woods. In the second stanza, the poet introduces an element of mystery and intrigue. The use of the word yet at the starting of the second stanza signals the introduction of new observation and information, while the use of a 13th line adds mystery or creates a haunting conclusion of the poem. The drama and tension in the poem are heightened by the sudden auditory and visual impact of the beat of a horse's feet and the swish of a skirt. Here, the poet uses brackets and ellipses. Ellipsis is used to create a mysterious effect in the poem. The second topic, develop your poetic language. The poem uses literal description rather than figurative imagery. The mind pictures are of a ghostly horse and rider, but not because of figurative language. Literal descriptions create detailed and accurate mind pictures, whereas a figurative description conveys an idea rather than something exact. The focus of the poetic technique in this poem is predominantly rhyme, although the additional 13th line in the second stanza is also part of the effect. The rhyme used in the poem are the full rhyme, where the end words sound the same as in ego, no. The half rhyme, where final sounds are similar as in brutes, woods. The internal rhyme, where words within a line have a full or half rhyme as in rain, again. The assonance, where identical or similar vowel sounds are repeated as in rode through woods. The third topic, something lost. The poet Judith Nichols, in the poem Lord Neptune, uses poetic techniques such as rhyme, rhythm, repetition, personification, dialogue without speech marks, exclamations, and third person narrative. The poem consists of 5 stanzas of 6 lines and 2 repeated stanzas of 4 lines as a refrain. There are no capital letter used for new lines. Each 6 line stanza is of 2 sentences and has rhymes on lines 3 and 6. The 4 line stanza is one sentence with rhymes on lines 2 and 4. Use of exclamation marks emphasize the mood, dialogue style, but no speech marks are used. The refrain, which is the voice of Lord Neptune, makes the poem mysterious and the poet achieves the mysterious effect with the use of the repeated stanza, which is a different land and is italicized to show that it is the voice of Lord Neptune echoing and contrasting with the carefree mood of father and son. You also have to read the second poem, The Shell, written by Vilma Dubé. Then compare the poem with Lord Neptune. Both the poems are about the beach, although The Shell is to do with finding something, whereas Lord Neptune is about losing something. You can go through the table list of similarities and differences given in the PowerPoint presentation. You can also choose one of the poem and practice poetry reading aloud. The fourth topic, read with understanding. The title Lord Neptune sets the poem up to include a mythical element. We have already read an extract of a myth in Unit 4 where we find Zeus talking on Mount Olympus. Ancient Roman and Greek myths often overlap, although the gods and goddesses had different names in each culture, reflecting the different languages. The mood of the father and son are happy and cheerful, which contrast with that of Lord Neptune, which are arrogant and mysterious. When we look at stanza 5, we find a contrast in the first and second half of the stanza, that is, the seeming power of the Sand King, who is the boy, and no sign of Lord Neptune, contrasts with the collapse of the castle in the tide, which shows that the sea really has the power. Now, if you are to perform the poem, first make plan notes. Think about how you want to perform your poem. You can try different things and make notes of what works and what does not. Remember to speak clearly, how to read the parts of the Son, the Father, and the refrain, that is, the voice of Neptune. You can also use sound effects or actions. The fifth topic, not lost but found. The poem At the End of a School Day, written by Wes Magee, describes about the mood of the children when they find something on their way out of the school. Here, the poem emphasizes the effect and the scene by using figurative language, that is, simile, metaphor, and personification. The poem is in the third person narrative and is in the present tense to make the action immediate, or in other words, more in the moment. It brings the reader into the action as it is happening. The poem also makes good use of short and long sentences. Short sentences are often simple sentences, and longer sentences are often compound or complex sentences. Sentences 2 and 3 come after the long first sentence to draw attention to the reactions of the sun and sky and to add to the drama. Sentence 6 is not a full sentence, but it is used to create a pause to draw attention to the feeling of the moment. Commas are also used in the poem to list clauses, adjectives, and to separate silence and a moment to remember in sentence 8. The moment to remember is an additional description of the silence. The sixth and our last topic, use a frame to plan a poem. First think and decide of your poem scenario, where and when it will be set, what you will find, who will be there, what will be happening. Use the frame plan but follow the format of the poem At the End of a School Day, to plan your poem. Once your plan is ready, you can start writing without worrying about the details too much. The poet Wes Maggie does not use rhyme, but he uses other poetic techniques. When you complete writing your poem, make the changes or corrections. With your poem ready, you can read out your poem to your friends. With this, we come to the end of our unit. Till then, take care and stay safe.